Hi fellow developers, welcome back to the Qualcomm AI Hub video series. In our previous how-to videos, we've talked about the first few steps of using Qualcomm AI Hub, so you can start deploying your AI models to edge devices within minutes. In this video, we will show you how to deploy your optimized ML model on device by bundling it into your application. Once we walk you through this process, you can leverage AI Hub to compile, profile, and validate your model and integrate it into your app. This step allows you to integrate Qualcomm AI Hub into your end-to-end workflow and enable ML on any device powered by Qualcomm or Snapdragon platforms. For this example, we will start with a pre-optimized model from Qualcomm AI Hub Models that is compatible with our sample app, which can be found in the AI Hub apps repository. Alternatively, you can bring your own model and submit a compile job on Qualcomm AI Hub to optimize your model. Once your model is optimized, you can use the steps below as a guide on how to integrate it into your app. If you need tips on how to submit a job to AI Hub, please watch the previous how-to videos in our series. Now, let's walk you through the process to deploy a model on device with one of our sample apps. We'll start in the AI Hub apps repo, where you'll find all our sample apps for various devices. We have them sorted by operating system, with folders for Android and Windows, depending on the device of interest. We'll be focusing on an Android app. Looking through the repository, you'll see a few different sample apps available for different use cases. Let's pick the image classification mobile sample app. The first step is to follow the steps in the respective sample app README file. Once you've cloned the repository, you'll need Android Studio installed and USB debugging enabled for your Android device. The next step is model selection. Once you've completed the initial setup, pick the pre-optimized Qualcomm AI Hub model which you'd like to use from the subset of compatible models with the same application. In this case, we'll pick MobileNet. Download the model from the corresponding Qualcomm AI Hub Models page. For this app, we'll select the model using TF Lite as the runtime, since it performs the fastest and is also compatible with our sample app. Once you've downloaded the model, proceed to step 3, building the APK. Open up the repo in your chosen code editor. In this case, we're using Visual Studio Code. Copy the TF Lite file of the respective model, MobileNet, to the following directory: source, main, assets, and then your TF Lite model. You'll then see it listed there as MobileNet v2 TF Lite. There's one last step in your code editor before we go to integrating the model into your app. Navigate to Apps, Android, Gradle Properties, and modify the value of classification TF Lite model asset to the name of your model file. In this case, MobileNet v2 TF Lite. Then save the file. Now, let's move to step 4. Setting up Android Studio. Navigate to Android Studio. Go to File, Open, and open the parent folder of the app you're building within the AI Hub Apps repo, in this case, Android. Once it opens, click the appropriate logo to Sync Project with Gradle Files to run Gradle Sync and build the image classification target. That may take a couple minutes when building it for the first time. Once it's completed, we can focus on step 5, performance. We want to make sure that the model you're bundling into your application provides the same performance that is seen when submitting a profile job for this model on Qualcomm AI Hub, where we procure a real device and run inference. To do this, you must mirror the settings in the Runtime Configuration tab of a profile job. If you've taken the model directly from Qualcomm AI Hub Models, you can navigate to the See More Metrics page to view these settings. Now, In Android Studio, go to the following path: image classification, Java, com.quickinc/tflight to modify the tflight helpers.java function accordingly. Search for the title to replicate an AI Hub job and read through the comments to match the runtime configuration applied to the profile job. For the sample app, we've gone ahead and set up the necessary Qualcomm neural network options within the tflight configuration to provide good performance. You can modify these options to accelerate the app performance based on your needs. These comments for matching the runtime configuration settings are included in all of our sample apps. If you're hoping to do this in your own app, you can refer to the sample code to help you understand how to set these options in your own app and match the performance when seen with your profile job on Qualcomm AI Hub. Now that you've replicated the same performance, you can go ahead and deploy the APK on your local device. Connect your Android device with USB debugging enabled. If this hasn't been done previously, check out the link to our instructions in the Qualcomm AI Hub Models sample app README. Press the green play button to build the app on device. And that's it. Now that you know how to deploy a model optimized by Qualcomm AI Hub into your application, we encourage you to try this out with your own use case. If you run into any problems in this process or have any related questions, please reach out to us on Slack by joining our Qualcomm AI Hub community. And stay tuned for more videos on Qualcomm AI Hub.